Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Jaguar X-Type car. For years, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes drivers have been heatedly debating which of these three German manufacturers makes the best cars. Alfa Romeo drivers, on the other hand, are constantly having to explain to others at social gatherings that Italian cars don't break down as many people expect. If you don't like getting into unnecessary arguments, choose the Jaguar X-Type. It's a car people will ask you about out of pure curiosity. It doesn't evoke hostility, but sympathy. The Jaguar X-Type's powertrain lineup is quite attractive. Ford's highly successful petrol engines are the first choice. Regardless of which engine you choose, you'll be satisfied. The entry-level 2.1-liter version isn't exactly a speed demon. It reaches 100 km per hour in about 9 seconds, but it's plenty powerful enough for efficient overtaking. Its fuel consumption, however, is quite acceptable, at 10 to 11 L 100 km. Thanks to its V6-cylinder configuration, the exhaust note is truly distinctive. It's a shame the base engine is only available with front-wheel drive. The slightly more powerful 2.5-liter engine accelerates to 100 km per hour in just over 8 seconds, consuming 13 to 14 L 100 km. This is definitely a proposition for those a bit more affluent. The real gem, however, is the top-of-the-line 3.0-liter unit, with over 200 horsepower, which accelerates to 100 km per hour in 7 seconds. Of course, you have to accept the high fuel consumption of 15 to over 16 L/100 km. Unfortunately, driving pleasure comes at a price. What goes wrong with gasoline engines? Breakdowns are rather sporadic, with components like ignition coils, various sensors, and thermostats failing most often. Diesel engines have a different story. The base engine is a Ford 2.0 TDCi, which is fuel-efficient and very flexible, but it suffers from several serious problems typical of modern diesel engines. Injector failures, turbocharger seizure, and dual-mass flywheel damage are common. Repairing such faults can cost several €100. The Poly V belt drive isn't exactly durable either, and to make matters worse, a significant number of owners of the small Jag complain about a faulty EGR valve. The slightly more powerful 2.2-liter diesel version is also designed by the American manufacturer, sporting a blue oval logo. The engine suffers from several of the same issues as the base diesel, but they're less common. Therefore, when choosing a diesel engine, it's better to choose the more powerful version. Note: some models are equipped with a DPF particulate filter. This quickly clogs in city driving, and replacing it costs several €100. Unfortunately, if you choose a diesel, you can't count on 4x4 drive. You won't find the traditional RWD of the S-Type or XJ models, but rather FWD or a 4x4 system. Torque can be transmitted via a 5- or 6-speed manual gearbox, or 2 similar automatics. The front suspension of the British car is based on McPherson struts, while the rear uses an independent wishbone system. In the 2002 Euro NCAP crash tests, the Jaguar X-Type received 4 stars, a very good result for its time. Due to the installation of a too fragile radiator, many owners of the small Jaguar complain about the radiator's high susceptibility to damage. When checking the condition of this component, it's also worth carefully examining the reservoir. These components are very prone to cracks in this model. Another common problem with the Jaguar X-Type is power steering fluid leaks around the pump. Note: rust appears under the rear door seals in many cars. Some parts can be expensive, and despite its close relationship to the Ford Mondeo, not all components from this model can be installed in the British car. To avoid your car becoming a curse, you should thoroughly inspect your chosen model before purchasing it. The younger it is, the lower the risk of a serious breakdown. If you appreciate high levels of comfort, the genuine purr of a V6 engine, 4-wheel drive, and a unique design that harks back to the brand's tradition, the baby Jaguar will certainly appeal to you. The decent quality of materials in the cockpit also deserves praise. The only irritating factors are the high cost of some repairs, the very cramped interior, and the lack of 4-wheel drive in the base engine versions. However, it's hard not to like this car. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and rate my video. If you know of any issues with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to share them in the comments.